I am Kerry from Stars Talent Studio. So, what do you think today's meeting is going to be about? I've heard that Secretary Mann will outline his new plan for our entire country's education system. Wow, how exciting! I can't wait to hear about it.
Hello, fellow educators, bureaucrats. How are we doing today?
We're so excited to hear about your plans for educating our new nation's young people.
Ah, yes. I've just returned from Prussia, and I know exactly what our model of K-12 education should look like for America.
Cool, so the families in Prussia share our American values and culture?
No, not at all. But I'm convinced that everyone will love my version of it here.
How exciting! Tell us more. Will we sort children by their interests, skills, and abilities so that they can progress at their own pace?
No, that's highly inefficient. We will sort all of these peasant children into cohorts by zip code and birth year, and require them, under threat of imprisonment, mind you, to sit inside a closed public classroom all day long for 13 years.
Okay, and what about the children of the wealthy? Will they also be sorted into cohorts by zip code and birth year and be forced to sit in these same closed classrooms all day, sir?
Heavens no. My naive child. The children of the wealthy will continue to access all of the best educational resources available in our great nation at whatever age and whatever place they desire. They will be freed up to access private tutoring, trips to the museums and zoos, piano lessons, horse riding competitions, and more. We expect them to be our leaders after all.
Sir, will the students ensure every student in every cohort masters the material before moving on to the next grade level?
Ha! If only it could be that easy. No. The teachers will have too many kids in their classroom with too many needs to care about mastery. They'll just pass on each cohort every year, even if the kids aren't ready yet.
Okay, but how will the child's next teacher know what they have learned or not learned?
Well, that's easy. We'll use the meat packing grading scale used in the factories, so everyone will easily know which batches of meat, children, are grade A quality. This will help the teacher know which are the good kids and who are the grade F troublemaker kids that need to be disciplined more.
Tell us, what will a child's day be like? Will they be able to work on real-world projects based on their interests and the local community's needs?
Of course not. The children from the wealthy families will take care of all that. The public system must be focused on controlling the masses, with the bells every hour and enforcing strict obedience for our future soldiers, or citizens. Our goal is not to create a valuable learning environment, but to create obedient voters we can control.
Okay, so what will the children be doing all day?
It will be like the Prussia Army boot camp, with standardized curriculum delivered in each room. Bells will ring every hour, and the kids will have 6 minutes to race to the next class.
Even if they're still working on something?
Yes, they must drop everything and move on. In fact, we will adopt a tardy tracking system to punish anyone who doesn't move fast enough from class to class. It will make them quick.
What about playtime? Will the children have time for open play with other kids?
Of course, we'll give them 15 minutes every day. We'll call it recess, so our legislators will know what it is.
Only 15 minutes, sir?
Yes, that's plenty. But if the child is a troublemaker, we'll make them skip recess as punishment.
But isn't playtime break exactly what the child likely needs to learn better?
No, they just need to learn to obey, to sit still and be quiet.
I see. What about the children who learn differently? Will those families be able to choose a school that fits their needs?
Of course not. We can't trust parents, unless they are wealthy. For everyone else, they must attend the public school we assign to them. We will standardize everything, so every public school looks exactly the same and eliminate all choices. We know what's best.
If everything is standardized, then will every school be equally funded?
No, they'll be standardized on everything except funding.
What do you mean, sir?
We'll base the funding that each school gets according to the average price of the homes in the neighborhood.
Okay, but won't that lead to poor neighborhoods having the least funding and rich neighborhoods having the most funding?
Exactly. Which is why I'm glad you asked about sports.
What do you mean about sports, sir?
All great schools will start big sports teams and spend a lot of money on stadiums and equipment and weight rooms so that college coaches will come to those schools looking for the best athletes.
That sounds expensive, sir. Won't that take money away from teaching kids the basic academics?
Yes, it will take away funding from academics, but Friday Night Lights will become such a community fan favorite that no one will care about what happens in school.
I'm confused. Is this really the best education system you've discovered in all your travels?
Well, it might not be the best education system for kids, but our new nation needs its young people to be raised like soldiers, just in case the British try to take over again. And our factories need obedient workers.
So, once a potential British invasion seems unlikely and the factories are moved overseas, can we then create an education system that focuses on the well-being of the child?
Of course, my young admirer. In about 177 years, I predict that the world will go through a pandemic, and parents will discover many issues with this closed system. Plus, never fear, AI will take over by then, and everyone will be frantically looking for more open education options anyway.
And what will they find, sir?
Families will discover that they can actually tap into all the educational resources available, from public schools to micro schools to homeschooling and more. And they'll do just fine.
I sure hope so, sir.